What is up, and welcome to the Inland Sports Show. It's Wednesday night. That means we are live and amplified at Teen Vision TV 16. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. We've got a real big, juicy show coming your way. So much high school football. A little bit later in the show, we'll talk some Yucaipa football. We also have some La Sierra volleyball, and we are going to hit the Big 8 League so hard in this episode, and we kick everything off as we go live to Corona High School for the undefeated Corona Panthers and their head coach, Ron Gueringer, join us live on the show. Coach, how does that sound? Undefeated 3-0 Corona Panthers.
Boy, it sounds great. Kids have really played hard. We've done some great things. We got some things changed in the program. We're excited about the future, but we know we still got a lot of work to get done, and we know we play in a competitive league, and we really haven't done anything yet.
Now, Coach, I was doing my homework for the show, and it's, in my notes, I have you, this is your 6th season at Corona. Is that true? Like, how can that be?
I think it's my 5th, but yeah, it's my 5th. But it's been a long time, and the days of San G are long gone. But we're excited about what we're doing here. We're trying to make Corona football relevant in the Big 8, and we've done a good job so far this year.
Well, we're going to have to get Max Prep squared up on their coaching history. But anyways, 5 seasons at Corona, Coach, and this is obviously the best start for the Panthers so far. I know, obviously, when you're trying to change the direction of a program, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in one season. But now you are 5 seasons in, and is it finally starting to go the way you want it to go and where you want to see it?
Well, let's be honest. The first year we got here, we had several football players ruled ineligible, and it was like a death sentence to the program. So there were a lot of people who didn't come here or didn't want to go here or didn't come here because they didn't think football was being treated the same way it was at the other Big 8 schools who have prominent programs. But we've overcome that obstacle, and now we're heading forward, and we've had some good things happen to us. So had a couple players who showed up and have showed out so far this year.
Well, Coach, you guys are definitely showing out. You're scoring a lot of points. I've got your first 3 games in front of me. So you beat Arlington 52-30, then Hillcrest 44-36, and then a very good Vista Del Lago team 35-30. Coach, you're scoring a lot of points, and you're beating some pretty good teams out there. What's been the key so far through the first 3 games?
Well, first of all, our offensive line has improved a ton, and I've been fortunate that a guy we've been trying to hire for a long time as the offensive line coach has come over, and he's done a fantastic job. All my coaches have done a great job, but that offensive line coach named Ron Gueringer has showed up, and all of a sudden we can run the ball, and that's super important. Second thing is Christian Butler has been an animal, and he's been complimented by Delaney Speed, and Delaney Crawford is no doubt has changed the program. One of the best athletes in the entire state, the entire country, a dual threat quarterback. And so we got power in Christian. We have the speed of Delaney, and then we got a couple other guys. Jack Carr has done a fantastic job, and we got another kid by the name of DJ January who hasn't showed up yet on the field. But we're excited about him as well.
Well, Coach, let's look at this Friday night. You're going to play the Ramona Rams, and from what we've seen so far, Ramona is a really good team. This could, correct me if I'm wrong, but this could be maybe your biggest non-league game you have to be tested.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, they're a talented group. Coach has done a great job there, and so they're good on defense and they're good on offense. They 50-50, run and pass, and they just do a great job of manipulating the ball down the field, and they make you play the whole field vertically and horizontally, and so they stretch you out, and it's probably going to be a high-scoring game this week.
Hey, but that's the way you like it. I'm seeing your first 3 games, and you're scoring a lot of touchdowns, a lot of points, man. That's your game.
Hey, well, I don't know if it's the way I like it, but it's the way we have to play right now, and we're going to take it. And as long as it keeps bringing us some W's, we really do think we have a talented group, especially offensively. And it starts with Delaney, and it starts with Christian, and it starts with our run game. And the thing about it, we still really haven't got all 3 dynamic players, including with Jet. So those 4 guys on the field for a whole game yet. So we're excited when that happens, and I don't think it's going to happen this week. I think Mr. January will still be out again, but we'll be excited when we get all 4 on the field at the same time, because we think we could do some good things.
Well, the best is yet to come still, it sounds like, for the Corona Panthers. Coach G, you're one of my OGs, man. We go way back. I always appreciate you making time for me on my little show, so thank you so much, Coach.
Your show is not little, and you always been real good to me. I appreciate you greatly, and hopefully we can be talking again in a couple of weeks, and we can stay undefeated.
Hey, and Coach, if the football thing doesn't work out, you should go into skincare, because you have not aged a single day since the last time I saw you in person. Not a single day.
Well, again, like I said, blessed with some good genes, and I'm happy you said that. I don't look my age, but I'll take it.
Coach, listen, best of luck on Friday against Ramona, and thank you again so much for making time for us. I do appreciate it.
Hey, Pep, thank you for having me on the show. I love you, and good luck, all right? All right, talk to you later.
Appreciate it. You're the best. That's Coach G, Coach Garringer from Corona High School, the Panthers football team, checking in here live on the Inland Sports Show. Again, we've got a very busy show still to come tonight. More Big 8 League football, Yucaipa football, La Sierra volleyball. We're going to touch on all of them. And, of course, the breaking news, Inland Sports broke the news this afternoon that Friday night, Centennial found themselves a game. The Huskies will travel to Redlands to take on Citrus Valley. We'll talk much more about that when we come back on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
The time is now. The Boost Training Center is open for business and ready to help all the athletes across the Inland Empire. Doesn't matter the age or the sport, if you go to Boost Training with Coach Ray Bass, they're going to make you bigger, faster, stronger. So if you're out there looking to train this offseason, talking about all you football players especially, check out boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website. You can find a strength and speed class just for you this offseason, so you can be even bigger, better, faster, stronger this upcoming season. Give them a call or text at 951-532-4904 to reserve your spot today. Strength and speed training at Boost Training System. And don't forget, enrollment is open right now for the Bass School. That's Boost Alternative School for student athletes. You can check out what they have to offer at boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website once again, and you can enroll for the 2021-2022 school year. Again, this is not an online school. This is a private school specifically for 7th and 8th grade boys. Check it out today because space is limited. The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. A big thanks to Coach Garringer, one of our all-time favorites. Go way back with that guy. Again, a little bit later in the show, we'll talk some Yucaipa football and La Sierra volleyball coming up. But right now, more high school football, and we're going to talk more Big 8 League football in just a moment as we take a look at our Boost Performance Training Top 25. So contentious on social media. You guys are eating this up, and we appreciate that on Instagram and Twitter. Here it is. Centennial and Norco 1-2. That's how it's been all season long, and I don't think you're going to argue against that. Then after that, it gets very competitive. Vista Murrieta, Cajon, Citrus Valley, which Citrus Valley will play Cajon to open up Citrus Belt League play, so that's going to be a huge game. Chaparral, San Jacinto coming off that big win against Beaumont. They check in at 8. There's Beaumont at 10, Temecula Valley at 9. A lot of Southwestern League schools way up there. And then from 11 down, some very good schools as well. Yucaipa's undefeated. Third in Chicago, JW North is undefeated. Jurupa Hills undefeated. Norte Vista undefeated. Ramona undefeated. So some good football teams in there. Then Orange Vista, Roosevelt, King, Aquinas, the Rancho Verde, Elsinore, Rev, Temescal Canyon, Heritage, and Kaiser. So we've seen some traditionally good teams take some tough losses early on in the season. So we'll see how that pans out once we get into league play. But you can see we've got a lot of undefeated schools still on the big board on our Boost Top 25. So let's go to the land of the Big 8. You just saw Centennial and Norco holding down the 1 and 2 spots. If you don't follow Inland Sports on social media, shame on you. We broke the big news that Centennial was going to play at Citrus Valley in Redlands on Friday night. To talk more about Centennial and about Norco, please welcome the newest addition to our team, Kendall Hollowell, with more on the Cougars and the Huskies. Kendall?
Thanks, Pep. 2 big-time matchups going on this week, Norco, Sierra Canyon, and Pep, you brought it up, a last-minute addition. Centennial will take on Citrus Valley in a battle of 1 versus 5. I had a chance last week to go see Centennial take on the Jackrabbits of Long Beach Poly in a battle of 2 premier public high schools. Cornell Hatchet is going to take this one and just stroll into the end zone to make it a 28-7 lead. A quick 3-and-out for Centennial gets them the football back. Too easy. They're moving right into scoring position. The next play. Excuse me. I'm sorry, man. Missing it. Easy touchdown. That's Conrad Pritchett. Easy Carter back in the game. He's going to take this one himself. Guys reaching and grabbing. He's just going to outrun everybody to the end zone. Make it 42-7. Next possession. Back in scoring position. Conklin. Jimenez, that's too easy. Centennial will go on to take this one by a score of 52-7. That's just too easy for the Huskies. And let's take a look at the tail of the tape between Centennial and Norco as we inch closer and closer to this pivotal October 15 matchup. And as you can see, these two teams are very similar. Obviously, both are 4-0. Both around the same number of points. Rushing yards, passing yards, getting a little bit more production out of the passing from Norco. But the difference between these two teams lies in their defense. As you can see, Centennial has given up only 35 points. That's good for only 8.7 per game. Norco, 110. They have yet to give up less than 22 points per a game this season. But good news for them, they still have some time before they reach that pivotal October 15 matchup. Over to you, Pep.
Yeah, Centennial and Norco, what's not to love? Great job, Kendall, over there. Yes, Norco on the road at Sierra Canyon, Centennial playing at Citrus Valley, and these are both matchups that were kind of put together at the last minute, both looking for opponents in Week 5, and they made it happen, and they're 2 colossal games coming up this week. Speaking of colossal games, we're going right into the Kin Sporting Goods must-see game. Another big-time battle in San Bernardino County. The Cajon Cowboys, 4-0, going up against the Rancho Cucamonga Cougars. You know, I put up some of the top games in Week 5, which we're about to see, and people were like, whoa, Pep, you forgot about Cajon taking on the Coug. And I said, no, I didn't. I did not. The graphic is already made. It's ready to go. It's going to post this afternoon, and there it is. Rancho Cucamonga and Cajon, 2 of the elite programs in San Bernardino County, going head-to-head on Friday night. We'll have highlights of this one on Sports Weekly Live, Friday night on IEMG. Now, here's the other graphic that we have some of the top games coming at you on in Week 5, and it did not include Cajon against Rancho Cucamonga because they are the must-see game this week. Johnny, let's take a look at that. Corona versus Ramona, battle of undefeated teams. Coach G against Coach Mush. I love it. Redlands will take on Norte Vista. That is the Riverside TV game of the week. Don't forget about the Holy War. Notre Dame will take on Aquinas in San Bernardino. Then we've got Vista del Lago versus Orange Vista. 2 programs on the rise. That game is live on Teen Vision TV 16. Don't miss it. Murrieta Valley will take their show on the road deep into Orange County to take on San Clemente. And the Nighthawks certainly have some history with that San Clemente school. We got Roosevelt taking on Chaparral. And again, anytime the Big 8 League plays the Southwestern League, I'm all in. And finally, Jurupa Hills. Maybe we're not talking enough about Jurupa Hills. These guys are really, really good. Undefeated start. They will take on Colony on Friday night. And those are some of the top games to look for coming up in Week 5 of the high school football season. One team that we did not mention because they're on a bye week, the Yucaipa Thunderbirds, and we're going to have them a little bit later in the show as we are going to hear from several of the Yucaipa players in a semi-players edition of the Inland Sports Show tonight. But when we come back on your favorite show, we're going to shift gears a little bit. We're going to go from football to volleyball and talk to the number 1 team in the CIF Southern Section Division 7 rankings, the La Sierra Eagles. So we'll have that when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified from Teen Vision TV 16.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep Man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep Man. You guys rock!
Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team. Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. And we have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time. And then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody, live and amplified at Teen Vision TV 16. We talk a lot of football on this show, but it is also volleyball season, and we've got some great programs here in the Inland Empire. One of them is the #1 team in Division 7 in the latest CIF Southern Section rankings, and they're joining us live on the show right now. It's the La Sierra Eagles. We got Coach Mafucci and some of her top players joining us live. And Coach Mafucci, I'm going to go to you first. You know, the #1 team in Division 7, you know, what's been the secret ingredient so far to the great start to the season?
I think that we just we started off strong with a good win over Notre Dame, and then they just kept going after that. So I think like really good team camaraderie has been the key for them this year. They gel really well together, and I think they enjoy playing together, so it allows it just to keep going.
Speaking of, you know, keep going, Coach, so you beat Notre Dame. You also beat Centennial from the Big 8 League, Corona from the Big 8 League, and we'll talk about Corona in a second, and Murrieta Mesa from the Southwestern League. Coach, you're picking off some big-time schools from some big leagues. I mean, you're not shying away from some really good competition. You know, what does that say about your team that you're able to, you know, knock off some pretty big-time programs?
Yeah, I mean, one thing we really focus on is that you can't just go in and play volleyball. You know, these games get very strategic at this level when we're playing some really good teams, and we have a really adaptable team. We'll be able to see open holes or cracks in their defense, and our girls are quickly able to adjust. And some teams struggle adjusting quickly. So these girls being able to adjust so quickly and go after teams' weaknesses has led to a lot of our success.
All right, Coach, we also have some of your top players joining us on the show from this #1 ranked team in Division 7. As we go across the Zoom room, there they are. There's everybody at home tonight. Let me start with the senior, Shani Liu. And Shani, great start to the season. In your own estimate, you know, why are the Eagles so good this year?
I think we all came in with the mindset of that we want to be league champions this year, and that we just wanted a good season, especially after the whole coronavirus situation, having a season taken away. I think everyone was just really eager to get back on the court, and we put our minds to winning, and we just put that as our mindset, and here we are.
You know, and you bring up a great point. I think people forget about the fact that, you know, girls volleyball did not have a season necessarily last year. I mean, you know, so it's like you had a whole season wiped out. And I know a lot of players, including yourself, because you're a senior especially, you wanted to get on the court, you know, and put on your school colors, you know, for another season. So are you soaking in the moments maybe a little bit more and kind of enjoying everything, maybe even practice, maybe coach yelling at you, just enjoying everything, right? Because you're actually on the court again as a team, and that feels pretty good.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. It's my last year, so I'm usually like sentimental about this stuff, and I want to take everything in. But definitely with the whole COVID situation and having this be like one of like a season that we haven't been able to have in a couple of years or in a couple of months, it's definitely something that I want to enjoy to the fullest, and it's great to have my team members right there beside me.
All right, speaking of your team members right beside you, we also have Milana Owens joining us, an outside hitter for the Eagles. And Milana, I'm going to ask Coach the same thing, but I'll ask you first. You know, the rankings, you guys are #1 in Division 7. Do you pay attention to the rankings? Do you look at the other teams in Division 7? Or is it just about, hey, we've got Hillcrest, we've got Arlington, who's next? I mean, or do you keep an eye on that kind of stuff?
At the same time, yes, but no. Because when I'm on the court, I'm like trying to figure out everything and like where everyone is. And then on the no side, I just don't want to like focus more on the score than the whole play out and everything.
So Milana, why do you think the Eagles have started so strong this year and have beaten some really good teams along the way? What's the key to success so far?
I feel like as to what Shani said about good mindset and how we play is just really good.
And Coach, let me go back to you. You know, speaking of that, you know, winning mindset, that championship mindset. I mean, how do you coach into that? How do you bring that out of your players?
Yeah, I mean, luckily I have a lot of players that are already competitive and already want to win, but we really focus one game at a time and just what each win could mean to us. So, they know, Hillcrest is really good in our league, but losing to another team is also detrimental. So just focusing on that every single win matters, and that, we want to win every single game has kind of helped with that winning mindset.
All right, so you want to win every single game. I totally get that. But you beat Corona. Did that one feel good? I mean, you're a Corona Panther. Did that one feel good?
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing about Corona is we actually set up a scrimmage with them over the summer, and we lost 3-0 to them in a scrimmage. They just came to our place just to give both of our programs some experience, because I know the coach, we came from the same college. So we're like, hey, let's set something up. We did. And we lost 3-0 in that. And so I think it was, for our girls, it was like, oh, this is a reality check. It's go time. So we knew seeing them again where we were up against a team we technically already lost to. So it was very nice to actually get the win the second time around when it counted. But yeah, the girls definitely made a lot of changes in a month from when we saw them first and saw them second. So.
Well, that's great to see that progression and the improvement in your team. Coach, have you always wanted to be a coach? Because your dad, obviously, the great Chris Mafucci, longtime, Corona basketball coach, it's in your family, it's in your roots. I mean, did you always think, hey, I'm going to go into volleyball coaching at some point?
Yeah, I have. Well, I mean, coaching, I started coaching the minute I left high school. And I fell in love. I played college and coached high school at the same time, which was so chaotic for my life. But coaching means so much to me that it was so and having my own varsity program was also just a huge dream of mine. And I didn't think it'd come when I'm this young, but it did. So it's amazing.
All right, let me go back to, who has the dog out there? I love dogs. No, I got a big white Siberian Husky at home. Her name's Denali. I love dogs. Who's got the dog out there? Is it Milana? Milana, so what's your dog? What kind of dog is it? What's your dog's name?
It's a German Shepherd. Her name's Sheba.
Can we get Sheba on camera? I mean, we heard her. I'd love to see her. Is she around? I can go to Shani for the next question. Do you think Sheba would hop on the show for a second? I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I'm a dog guy.
Yeah, hold on.
All right, so Shani, let me go to you down here, the senior. What are the goals at the end of the road this season for the Eagles? I mean, do you want to win that River Valley, make a deep CIF run? I mean, you guys are number 1 in Division 7. So as a senior, I mean, how would you like to see this whole thing end for you?
Yes, so definitely I would love for our team to come out undefeated for league championships. And by the path that we're going, I think that we have a really good chance of doing it as long as we keep on pushing our momentum. And definitely, I want us to go deep into CIF playoffs as much as possible, hopefully get there to championship. But yeah, I really just want to play volleyball for as long as I can.
All right, thanks, Shani. Before we get to Milana and Sheba, I did want to ask Coach this. So, Coach, the last, real volleyball season that we had, 2019, I was looking at La Sierra's record. I think it was 8-23 overall, 3-7 in league play. And all of a sudden, boom, you guys have turned things around. I mean, we've talked a little bit about the progression of this team and how they've continued to, get better. But, how do you explain that quick turnaround to be the number 1 team in D7?
Yeah, I think a handful of good players. Like, we got a good group of juniors with us that their first playing was their freshman year. So in 2 years, they've grown a lot. And I can't speak a lot to what they did because I wasn't there, but I do know, we don't have many club players. We only had about 4 girls playing club last year. So it was really just off the court, putting in their own work. I know they were playing grass a little bit, but I'm just good talent that these girls work hard. It's the hard work from these girls. It blows me away every day.
All right, Coach, let's go back live to Milana's house and Sheba. We'll wrap it up with this. So, Milana, are you ready? Is Sheba right there? Because I'd love to see her.
Yeah.
Let's see. Flip the camera around or point it at her or something, because There she is. Because we were all wondering. There's Sheba, everybody. We all heard the dog barking. Now we actually get to see her. So, hey, Milana, thank you for being a good sport. Again, I'm a dog guy, and I heard the dog, and I wasn't mad because my dog goes nuts all the time, too. I'm on Zoom. I'm trying to have a work meeting, and my dog's going nuts. But I do appreciate it. I assume Sheba hasn't seen you play volleyball unless you play outdoors, right?
Yeah.
Well, Coach Mafucci, Milana, Shani, thank you guys so much for hopping on the Inland Sports Show, talking some Eagle volleyball here. Congrats on the great start, and hopefully this thing just keeps going on and going on into the postseason here in Division 7 for CIF.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We hope for the same, of course.
Yeah, hey, who let the dogs out, right? That'll be your battle cry from here on out for the Eagles, I guess. I don't know. Thank you, guys. You guys have been so much fun. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's the La Sierra volleyball team here on the Inland Sports Show. Hey, this is live, man. You never know what you're going to get. This is so much fun. When we come back, they're already in the Zoom waiting room. They're ready to go. It's the Yucaipa High School football team. T-Birds are 5-0 to start the season. So we'll talk some Yucaipa football when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the #1 sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the BASS School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. BASS is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. BASS school enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information. The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods.
Broncos and Raiders are on top of that division, but Raiders are just the loudest ones you'll hear.
Yeah.
I heard Raiders so much this weekend.
Get ready. No, but think about it. The Raiders Raiders are in first place in the AFC North because they beat the Baltimore Ravens, right, on Monday Night Football. And then they turn around and they go on the road to Pittsburgh and they beat the Steelers 26-17. Guys, the Raiders are 2-0, but it's not like they're 2-0 because they beat, Jacksonville and then maybe, I don't know, the New York Jets. No, they beat the Ravens and the Steelers. Say what you want about the Silver and Black, but those are two really good wins.
Oh, yeah, we're hearing about it.
In USC with their new interim head coach, Dante Williams, beating Washington State 45-14. We also saw backup quarterback Jackson Dart. He had 4 touchdown passes, one of them going to our guy, Gary Bryant Jr. from Centennial High School. His first touchdown with USC, but probably the first of many for our guy, Gary Bryant. It's USC. Again, no offense, Patrick. It's just Washington State, but it's still a big win on the road in the Pac-12. We'll take it.
And welcome back to your favorite show, live and amplified on a Wednesday night. We're breaking down some serious high school football. The Yucaipa Thunderbirds, a perfect, unblemished 5-0 to start the season as they get ready for Citrus Belt League play right around the corner. Joining us live from Coach Price's house. They got like a team dinner, something going on. Let's find out. The T-Birds joining us from left to right. And I got to get this right. We got Jojo Barajas. That's on your screen left because it's kind of opposite for me. Right there in the middle, Wyatt Blackman. And on the right-hand side of the screen, wearing the coolest shades of all time. What is it? The Vipers, right?
Yeah, the Pit Vipers.
Pit Vipers. That's Nick Juarez, everybody. So, guys, first off, what's going on tonight at Coach Price's house?
We're just having a little team dinner for the leadership group, just getting to know each other. And we do this a good amount for team bonding,
So Jojo, exactly, what does, leadership look like for the Yucaipa Thunderbirds? Did you guys go there and, maybe try to build some team chemistry and hope that spreads to the rest of the team? Like, what does that kind of look like in terms of leadership?
Yeah, that's what we normally do. And we also talk about the team, positions and stuff like that. We're basically like another coach that's on the field too. He asks for our opinions about everything and all that.
All right, so JoJo's pretty good at running back, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But Wyatt, let me go right there in the middle with Wyatt Blackman here. Wyatt, Ironman football, there's a lot of teams that have guys that go both ways. You play on offense, you play on defense. Do you have a preference, whether it's tight end or linebacker for Yucaipa?
I kind of prefer offense, but that's because I've been doing it for a while, so I'm kind of comfortable. But defense is starting to get pretty fun now that I know what I'm doing 5 games in here.
Well, you guys have been awesome on defense, and I got to say, JoJo's getting the ball all the time and scoring all these touchdowns. Is it pretty lonely as a tight end, or you just do a lot of blocking right now for your guy JoJo?
No, it's pretty fun. I love lead blocking for him. He comes over and tells me thank you, so that's all I need to hear.
He should take you out to lunch or something, buy you a coffee or something.
I try my best.
And then Nick Juarez, again, we said on the end, wearing the shades here. Nick, speaking of defense, if you're going to win, obviously, in the Citrus Belt League, you got to shut other teams down. There's so many good offenses out there in the CBL. How much pride do you guys take on the defensive side of the football when you're able to keep another team locked down?
Yeah, take a lot of pride. Our ability to stop in the run game is pretty good right now. So hopefully we'll keep that up.
Yeah, because you guys, obviously, CBL is going to be so good. You guys are 5-0. Cajon's undefeated. Citrus Valley's undefeated right now. Beaumont, they just had their first loss, but they're doing some good things. Rev's turning a corner. Jojo, I'll go to you next. Man, when you look at the CBL, because you guys have a bye this week and it's right into league play, when you look at the CBL, man, every single night's going to be a battle for you guys. You kind of see it the same way?
Yeah, 100%. I see that the same way. Coach has been telling us since the first game in our preseason, so we've all been ready for this. We're not taking this as a bye week. We're taking this as a week to prepare and rest up and get ready for it.
Wyatt, as a senior, before the season began, you knew what you guys had in that locker room. Like, did you know this was a team that could go 5-0 through non-league play? Are you pleasantly surprised, or did you guys come into the season feeling like, hey, we better put this together. We got a good team. We could do something here.
I knew we had some key players, but 5-0 doesn't really surprise me because there's some great chemistry on this team, and it's definitely been one of the top factors of why we've been so good is we were just able to bounce back from adversity, and negative plays don't really affect us.
You know, Nick, you've had some close games. In fact, I saw a little bit of that first game against Palm Springs, and that was like a one-touchdown game. Nick, do you think, being able to win close games is going to be like a hallmark of this team, something to be like, hey, if we can win those close games, once you get to the playoffs, assuming you guys make the playoffs, and I think you will, you're gonna go up against other teams, and it's going to be close, and you're going to find a way to win those close games because you've already done it earlier this season.
Yeah, we're definitely a second half team. So maybe if we could start more out in the first half and then just finish in the second half, we'll be solid.
So, Nick, if you say you're a second half team, what happens at halftime? Does Coach come into the locker room and give you some like amazing inspirational speech to fire you guys up? Does somebody crank up their favorite song and everyone starts jumping around? Like, why do you guys come out of the locker room maybe like a better team?
I think it's just because we just want to win, like our conditioning, and then just having the coaches help us out with the plays we need to fix and stuff.
And Nick, let me touch on that too. Like, do you guys put in a lot of work on conditioning so that way, the second half or maybe even later in this season, you're like, hey, while other teams are wearing down, we're going to keep going strong, man. We're prepared for this.
Yeah, conditioning really helps a lot. Just keeping us fresh throughout the game.
Wyatt, does Nick wear those glasses all the time or just for Inland Sports interviews?
Oh, no, he wears them in the weight room. He wears them. I wouldn't be surprised if he wore them under his helmet.
Yep.
Do you, Nick? Do you wear them under your helmet or does Coach Price say no?
Yeah, probably say no.
I mean, because early on in the season, the sun is still up at kickoff at 7 p.m., man. You could probably make a case to Coach Price and say, Coach, listen, I got to play my best defense. I need the shades.
Probably good.
All right, I probably buried maybe the most, buried the lead on this because your guy Jojo over here on the end is the leading running back in the state of California. Jojo, do you look at your numbers after each game? Incredible numbers, like over 50 carries, over 300 yards. Dude, those are like video game numbers. What do you think about those?
Honestly, I didn't really see the numbers that much until my guy Wyatt would tell me. He's all about the numbers, and I never really thought about stuff like that, if I'm being honest. I always just think about picking up my teammates and being a leader on the field.
All right, so where did the nickname Jojo come from? Because your real name's what?
That's my middle name. My middle name's Joel.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well,
yeah.
So Jojo, you're putting up these huge numbers, and Wyatt lets you know about it. You're the leading running back in the state of California at this point. That's got to feel good though, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's definitely fueling me to get better and keep that number one spot.
Yeah, you guys are off to a great start. You're 5-0. You go into the bye week. You got your team leadership dinner. Everything's good for the T-Birds. Let's end it on this. And I'll go from left to right. I'll start with Jojo and work right down the line. Jojo, what do you guys have to do in league play to give yourself a chance to maybe win a Citrus Belt League title? What do the T-Birds need to do well?
I think we need to up our physicality the first half. The second half, we not always behind, but I think we definitely always end up trying to play catch up. So I think if we end up going crazy the first half and finishing the second half, which we're known to do and known to win those close games, we'll be a great team.
All right, how about you, Wyatt?
I think controlling the clock with that run game we got going is huge. Just keep doing what we're doing and keep the ball out of other offenses' hands, keep those games close because that's how we like it.
All right, and finally, Nick on the end. And Nick, please don't say we're Pit Vipers. What else can you guys do to be a better team in league play?
I think we need to fix a few more things, and then probably just stop them on defense more, give the offense more opportunities to score.
I think you guys all hit it on the head. I think those are all great answers. Is Coach Price right there? Is he just standing off camera?
No, he left.
Oh, he left? Oh, I was going to embarrass him. I was going to have him jump on camera real quick, but that's okay. I will not embarrass him on this show. He's a good dude. He's one of my favorites, so I will not do that to him. But Nick, Wyatt, Jojo, hey, guys, thank you so much for jumping on the Inland Sports Show. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the bye week, and best of luck moving forward into the CBL.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, that's the Yucaipa High School football team here on the Inland Sports Show. Going 3 wide with the T-Birds, man. That was a lot of fun. All right, so coming up this Friday night, you guys know the drill. It's Sports Weekly Live on IEMG. You can check it out. Scores, highlights, interviews, the only high school football show in the Inland Empire. So I hope you'll check it out. It's really about 11:05 p.m. If you want to check it out. So again, Sports Weekly Live on IEMG, and we've got some huge games that we're going to have highlights of, including Rancho Cucamonga against Cajon, Centennial against Citrus Valley. So we got some really good games in Week 5, and guess what? Week 5 is usually kind of that diet version of high school football because not everyone is playing. A lot of teams will have byes, like Yucaipa, before they start league play. But we still got a full slate, a lot of great games. So we'll see you on Sports Weekly Live Friday night at 11:05 p.m. on the IE Media Group YouTube channel. Big thanks to all our guests tonight. Yucaipa football, La Sierra volleyball, and of course, right off the top, Coach Ron Gueringer from Corona High School. Thank you guys so much for making time for us here on the Inland Sports Show. And the biggest shout out of all, Johnny Nunez, our director behind the scenes, pulling it all together at the very last moment. We love you, Johnny. Listen, be safe out there. God bless you. My name is Pep Fernandez, and we will see you again next Wednesday night as league play will be here for high school football. We'll see you next time on the Inland Sports Show.